Most gardeners are challenged by soil issues. Today, we'll simplify those issues as we talk about preparing your vegetable garden for winter. I'm Craig Burnett here with Extension horticulturist Dennis Patton. Dennis, it's fall. Why do we have to worry about our gardens in the fall?
Because there's so many practices we can do this fall that gives us a jump for next spring. We can go ahead and clean up the garden, we can prepare the soil, and then come spring we're ready to do what we love to do, and that's plant, not do maintenance.
So a lot of people think that just because it's at their house, they don't have to worry a lot about soil prep and the quality of the soil. Why is that important?
Well, soil is really the foundation for growing plants. If we can develop a great root system, then we have wonderful top growth, which is what we want, the flowers, the fruit, the vegetables, those type of things. As a rule of thumb, most of the United States has really heavy clay soil. When it rains a lot, they get very wet, very sticky, so the root system declines because there's lack of oxygen in the soil. On the other hand, when it's extremely dry, have you ever tried to get in there and work on a really dry soil? It's like, mining for bricks. And as a gardener, we want something kind of in between that gives good aeration, good moisture holding capacity, so we can get strong roots, great tops.
Very cool. Now, it doesn't require a tremendous amount of work, right? I mean, it's just basically clearing all the dead stuff out. How do we get started?
Well, the first thing we need to do is just get rid of that old plant debris. A lot of insects and disease can overwinter on the old vines. We can also leave a lot of weeds out in the garden that we didn't take care of during the summer months that will just drop weed seeds over the winter months. So we're just going to go in there and start removing, pulling out all those vines, getting rid of those, and then after that we're ready to start with the soil prep.
So how smooth does the soil have to be once you've cleared everything out and get it all ready? Does it have to be really smooth?
That's the great thing about doing soil prep in the fall. You don't have to get it fine like you're ready to plant come spring. Actually, it's better in the fall if you leave a very coarse till to the garden, because what's going to happen over the winter months is the rain, the snow, the freezing and thawing is going to naturally break down all those really hard, rocky, clod pieces. So in the spring, all you have to do is take a rake and just rake the soil down or ready to plant. The other great thing about doing the tillage in the fall is that we can come in and we can do a soil test. We can test the soil to find out what the pH level is. Then we know whether we need to raise it or lower it to get it into the right range for plant growth. We use lime to raise the pH. We use sulfur to lower the pH. We never want to add those unless we know the pH of the soil. The soil test also gives us a phosphorus-potassium level, and that tells us what type of fertilizer we're going to need to apply next spring when we plant the garden so that we have great growth.
So a little preparation in the fall gives us big dividends in the springtime.
That's right.
For Dennis Patton, I'm Craig Burnett for the Homestead Gardening Series. We'll see you next time.